Can I beat Resident Evil 3 on hardcore difficulty? Obviously. This was really supposed to be a permadeath run until I realized something. I suck. Now, until I have a little more than zero experience with Resident Evil, I will just be doing a hardcore run, which I thought was the hardest difficulty, until I beat the game. Son of a... Well, now that that's all the way, we'll go ahead and get started with the run. But before that... If that guy was a little more competent, I would have been completely screwed. We meet up with Brad, who is, also incompetent. I mean, just watch this. We ditch that loser and pick up our first weapon of the game. And with it, we run for the hills. On our way to the parking garage, we run to the only survivor of Raccoon City. And I'm sure he'll make it out of the city alive. I get a nice little reminder that we're playing a horror game. I take damage because I'm a straight up chump. Never trust a helicopter in any movie or game. Bro is straight up oral farming, by the way. He is just coming at us and he has no sense of urgency. But I'm about to run him over with a car, so... Dude honestly could have killed me a long time ago, but... I mean, look at him. My man Carlos comes in clutch with a rocket. We make our way towards the substation, and after that, the game finally opens up. I meet the captain of the Umbrella Academy, and we need to get this train moving so we can get as many people out of the city as possible. This is why I could not do a one life, because look at this absolute lack of skill I have here. It is pretty pathetic. And you thought it was just that one bite? I wish. I recorded this so long ago, I forgot it was 3. After restarting, I decided I was going to take things much more safely. I was going to avoid confrontation as much as possible, and I was going to keep them as far away as possible as I continue looting the area. After progressing, we realized that we actually cannot move forward because there's a big fire in the alleyway, and the only way to fix it is to get some water on that sucker, so our next goal is to find us a fire hose. Unfortunately, to get the fire hose, you get surrounded by a mess ton of zombies. Keep grabbing you, like a lot. I learned the barrels are extremely useful, learned that they can crawl, the ones that crawl can walk. You'd think I would figure out that I'm just not him. Even after that entire fiasco, I finally ended up getting the hose and watering down that alleyway, so we can finally move on to the subway station. And here we meet Nikolai, who, doesn't ask questions. After meeting our new bestie, I realize I'm not a dog person. We finally make our way to the power station, I don't know what this place is. I don't think anybody really needs to see this scene again. I don't really know why people hate this area so much. It's not that long, it's just not that difficult. You just gotta turn on 3 power generators. It's just not the worst. This is all still footage from my permadeath, so as you can guess, I'm pissed. But does it matter? No. It was after this that I realized I have never beaten this game before, so why the heck am I doing a permadeath? So let's go ahead and start with beating the game. After I finally beat this crappy area, we moved on to the substation terminals. I struggled with this puzzle way longer than I should have. Got introduced to a new enemy. Nemesis is literally Indiana Jones. I literally had a heart attack here. We met back up with Carlo. Got separated from Carlo. Made the greatest escape ever in the history of ever. I finally escaped by blowing him the frick up, and we made our way to the sewers, where nothing of interest happened, except for this. Once we're done with that nightmare, we ran to this mother trucker again. He even found himself a flamethrower, and we run away from him with extreme ease, honestly. Just for him to freaking superhero land right in front of me for the boss fight. Well, it was a well-fought battle, but I think we all know who won. Jesus Christ, finally. Took forever.
Now, this is epic.
I'm not crying, you're crying. Why is bro going to play dead? He even brought the flamethrower with him to throw at me, just to intimidate me. But why is he gonna play dead if he's just gonna jump right back up and start shooting me with something else? This bobblehead killed me so many times. I don't know what you exactly do, but I died so many times. That legit was like the hardest part of the game for me so far. If he would have killed me here, I would have lost my flipping mind. I'm not even gonna lie. He really tried too. At this point, I don't know who's more durable, Nemesis or Jill. Like honestly, I should put an explosion counter next to these guys. Carlos left us behind and we are finally leaving this godforsaken city. Bro can move way faster than he's letting on when he chases me. Trainwreck, yay! Is that Hannibal Buress on steroids? I told you to hold the door closed. There isn't a whole lot to say about this part. I just kind of went through the RPD, shot some zombies, died, and blew up a wall. That's pretty much it. It wasn't that too exciting. We Skype called this doctor that is reasonably rude for somebody who's asking for a favor. And we're Jill again. Out of all this time he spent on fire, now it decides to actually hurt him? I find that hard to believe, but whatever. Does somebody want to tell me where all this mass came from? Because he was not this big a second ago. That is literally like one of the coolest boss songs ever. I don't care who you are. I feel like we all knew he was gonna die though. Half a day, that's like 12. I should be dead. We drop Jill off at the hospital and I play as Carlos again. Man, he's got huge arms. We make our way through the hospital. We pick up a tape recorder for tape recorder purposes. We think after a while I would just realize that this isn't working. Yeah, I honestly did not know what the heck this lane was, but it was moving fast and I didn't like that. And then he shoved his grubby hands through the door like I was going to shake his hand. I ain't about that. And then I realized I can't fight these things very well, so I'm just going to chuck a flash grenade and do what I can. But as you'll see in a second, it don't work. It just don't work. Bro literally one-shotted me. Look at this bull. Yeah, that's it. Game over. So I said, screw that, and I'm just gonna flash ram and say goodbye. Ran past him. Bro didn't even chase me. Then they had the gall to put two of them in one room. Like, where did these things even come? What are they? They aren't humans. I'll tell you that much. Then I decided to peek my head through the door because, you know, they can't go through doors. Or so I thought. I was sitting there, and I turned around. He was there. I about crapped my pants. I ran all the way around just so I could avoid him, but he was just sitting at the door waiting for me. So I flash banged him. I'm like, I'll get past him. Nah, he swipes. So I figured maybe I could parry him. But guess what? I can't time jack squat. Being completely sick of this, I just unloaded my entire gun into him about 3 or 4 times and he finally died. And the second one, I actually got my timing down. I was impressed with myself for once. And we finally made it to the good doctor, but as you would guess, he is dead. Retrieving the serum, it's finally time for us to save Jill. This guy came flying in from the ceiling, and it's the first time I've been chased by one of these things. It's the first time they've gone through doors to chase me. So I heard him yelling, and I about crapped myself. And then I turned around and saw him, and I crapped myself again. But I suck at this game, so yeah. I'm dead. Unless we inject Jill with the serum just in time for a horde of zombies to start banging on the door of this place. So next up is a defense mission. And this part actually isn't so bad. They give you a crap ton of material, so you actually feel like you have some. You're overpowered, it feels like. It's going pretty good. Until this guy decides to bust through halfway like the Kool-Aid man. And not only one, but they got two. Along with the horde of zombies. Yeah, I had to restart a couple times, I ain't even gonna lie. Yup. We're Jill again, yay! And yeah, they make you run through the entire goddamn hospital again. Skipping all that, we finally make it to the basement, and yeah, I accidentally wasted a magnum shot. I thought that was my normal pistol. Alright, forget these white enemies. They gotta be my least favorite thing in the whole game. They don't die, they're obnoxious, there's really nothing that dangerous about them, they just don't flippin' die. Anyways, we got some fuses, we flipped some switches, we rolled up an elevator. It really wasn't that exciting. So, we're just gonna jump to... The heck's going on here? The flip, man, you could have been helping me this whole time. Okay, we literally have both checked this way. Both of us.
Surprise, motherfucker!
Again, why doesn't he just do this to Jill? Save so much time. And now we gotta figure out how to make the whole stinking... What the heck is the thing called? The serum. We had to make the serum for ourselves. I got a heart attack for free right here. It's okay though, I got even. This is why I hate these white enemies. They are the most adorable thing in this game as it comes to enemy wise, and it's just not fun. They bit me so many stinking times, and they took freaking explosive rounds from a grenade launcher. And not just one, like multiple, and then shotguns. And guess what? I don't even think I kill all of them here. I just decide that I'm sick of dealing with them and try to run past them. And that's why I get bit a ton. And then they slap me in a room with two of the freaking hunters or whatever, and they, well, you know what? Jill's way more capable of taking care of them. And then you gotta do some basic chemistry. I kinda just clicked it until it worked. If one more tentacle grabs Jill, I'm gonna lose my flipping mind. It's Nemesis again. We all love fighting Nemesis, don't we? See, even Nikolai thinks we like fighting Nemesis, so he's holding on the vial for us while he lets us go in and have fun with our new friend. We already had one epic fight with Nemesis in this game, so this time we're just gonna talk about what he does. This time he just it's kind of like the last fight. He just chases you around. I'm not doing great here, so just, you know, ignore the footage in the background. But at first it's just him rampaging us, no big deal, nothing new. And then Carlos decides that he's gonna give us an assist, so I gotta see what he's gonna do for us. Then Nemesis starts to run around the top like he did in the last fight, except he hides behind one of the tankers. And you clearly see that we shoot it, electrocute the crap out of him, and he also has those little annoying zombies that try to take us out as well, and some of them succeed. Excuse you, I can't see. Excuse you, I can't see. It wasn't the craziest fight, but you know, and it was enjoyable. I think I beat it on my first try, so it's not that bad. Oh yeah. You think that turning someone into literal mashed potatoes, or the dude becomes a liquid, right? Basically a liquid. You think that would mean the end of it. But no, the dude literally had a whole nother flippin' phase, and I still don't understand how he has this much mat. The dude is completely retarded. I know what you're asking yourself. Did he die? Yes. Luckily for us, they give us a giant rail gun to finish him off. Unfortunately, we have to go around and push all the batteries back in that didn't quite get pushed in all the way themselves. And after all that, we finally get to say goodbye to Nemesis for the final time.
Next time, take the f***ing hit.
Walking through the remains of Nemesis, we finally made up with Carlos and Nikolai at the very end of it all. By the time we catch up, he has Carlos completely subdued, but he didn't kill him for some reason. This is why bad guys should just finish the people off. I was taking my time trying to get the perfect headshot, and I didn't know this happened. Nice. It really doesn't matter where you shoot. We leave this chump behind and we finally have the ending we've been looking for. Roll credits.